Let's talk about the 2024 Taiwan election and China's stern reaction to the victory of Lai Ching-te from the Democratic Progressive Party, DPP. Lai Ching-te's victory with 40.1% of the vote is a clear indication of the Taiwanese people's leaning towards maintaining their separate identity from China. The Kuomintang candidate, Hu Yuih, who is seen as more China-friendly, garnered 33.5%, while Ko Wen-je of the Taiwan People's Party received 26.5% of the vote. The 2024 Taiwan presidential election was not just another political contest. It was a referendum on the island's future. At the heart of this election was the long-standing and deeply rooted debate over Taiwan's national identity and its international alliances. The Democratic Progressive Party, DPP, led by Lai Ching-te, leaned into a narrative of staunch independence and closer ties with the United States. Their platform resonated with voters who are increasingly skeptical of China's intentions and supportive of Taiwan's de facto sovereignty. On the other end of the spectrum, the Kuomintang, KMT, with Hu Yuih at the helm, presented a vision of Taiwan that opposed formal independence, advocating instead for closer economic integration with China and dialogue under the framework of the so-called 1992 Consensus. The KMT's stance was aimed at those who feared that a hardline approach towards China could lead to increased tension and instability in the region. Amid these polarized positions, the Taiwan People's Party, TPP, led by Ko Wen-je, carved out a centrist stance. The TPP rejected the binary choice of aligning strictly with either the US or China, arguing that Taiwan's focus should remain on domestic economic growth, technological innovation, and social welfare, rather than on the geopolitical tug-of-war between superpowers. This tripartite electoral dynamic captured the attention of observers around the world. China's reaction to Taiwan's election result was swift and stern, reflecting the heightened tension and discontent from Beijing. The victory of Lai Ching-te, a DPP candidate with a pro-independence stance, is perceived by China as a stark defiance of the One China principle, a core tenet of Chinese foreign policy that regards Taiwan as an inalienable part of its territory. In his New Year's message, Chinese leader Xi Jinping reiterated his long-standing claim that reunification with Taiwan is a historical inevitability, a statement that underscored Beijing's resolve in the face of Taiwan's drift towards formal independence. Beijing has consistently maintained that it reserves the right to use force if necessary to prevent Taiwan's formal secession. The election of a Taiwanese leader who openly endorses independence could thus mark a significant escalation in cross-strait relations. Xi Jinping's message serves not only as a reaffirmation of China's position, but also as a signal to the international community of Beijing's unwavering commitment to this cause. China's state-run media and government officials portrayed the election as a choice between war and peace. The KMT's defeat was a significant event, prompting China's censors to block hashtags and silence discussions on Weibo, reflecting the unease and discontent with the election's outcome. Lai Ching-te, now president-elect, is well known for his straightforward approach toward Taiwan's independence, aligning himself with the wing within the DPP that favors formalizing the country's independence, a stance that has incited even starker denunciations from the Chinese Communist Party than those directed at Tsai Ing-wen. In his victory speech, Lai emphasized that peace depends on strength and rejected the notion that it relies on the goodwill of the aggressor, proclaiming that Taiwan is a fortress of democracy and urging the populace to uphold a righteous democratic path. The election's results reflected a profound shift in identity among Taiwan's citizens, as shown by the trending topics on Weibo and the demographic trends over the past decades. The younger generation in Taiwan, in particular, sees themselves primarily as Taiwanese, a shift away from the dual identity of Taiwanese Chinese or solely Chinese. This transformation in self-identification underscores a growing estrangement from mainland China and an inclination towards a distinct Taiwanese national consciousness. Lai's running mate, Xiao Bai-kim, a Taiwanese American whose bicultural background and education in the U.S. have earned her the moniker, Cat Warrior, exemplifies this identity shift. Beijing has labeled her a die-hard Taiwan independence separatist, and has sanctioned her from entering China twice, reflecting the depth of cross-strait animosities. On the economic front, Lai has been assertive about Taiwan's role in the global tech industry, particularly the semiconductor sector. He has announced that the expansion of TSMC overseas including in the United States, is a welcome move. This strategy aligns with his objective to deepen ties with other nations, and signals a commitment to reinforcing Taiwan's economic strengths amidst geopolitical tensions. Li's election represents not just a political triumph, but a cultural and generational affirmation of Taiwan's sovereignty and identity. With the DPP at the helm for a third consecutive term, Taiwan stands at a crossroads between its burgeoning national identity and the looming threats and assertions of mainland China.